Hi, welcome to tutorial 4. Okay, so we were stretching this rectangle. We're going to stretch it one more time. S for stretch. SS doesn't work. Okay, stretch S. Okay, again, we can only use a window from right to left when we select what we want to stretch. This time we're going to just stretch along those lines. We are going to press enter. Okay, to pick the point we're going to stretch from, we're going to pick that end point. You can see how the node on my crosshairs has turned to the end point of that particular line. I'm going to click. I'm going to go up in this direction. Okay, I have ortho turned on, so I'm going in a straight line. And again, I'm going to type in 20 feet, enter. Okay, so in order to check my dimensions, I'm going to use the distance command. So DI, enter. Okay, it's asking me for my first point. So I'm going to snap onto the end point of that line. Okay, and then I'm going to snap onto the end point of that line. Okay, and then when I look down into my command prompt, it tells me that that's 20 foot 5 inches, which is what it should be. Okay, I'm going to zoom down and scroll over a bit here, and I'm going to do the same thing, DI, for the distance command, and I'm going to snap to the end of that, and to the end of that, and again, 20 foot 5. Okay, so I'm snapping to objects. That's object snap, O snap. So if you type in OS, enter. Okay, there it is. Drafting settings. Okay, so these are my O snaps. It's telling me that I'm snapping to the end point of an object. I also I'm going to select midpoint. I like that one. The node of an object I like. Intersection and extension are good. Quadrant of a circle is good. Perpendicular to is a good one. Parallel to. And that's about it. I'm just going to press OK. Okay, so we have a rectangle, which is one entity. You know, I click on it. The nodes are complete. I can escape, and I can explode, X. Okay, and I can select this rectangle. Okay, it's asked me on my command prompt to select it or select something. I did. It says one found. Okay, and I press enter or spacebar. And now when I snap on or connect to this rectangle, it's in its component part. It's made up of 4 different lines. Okay, so I've just exploded that one rectangle object into 4 lines. Okay, now I can undo that by pressing U. U is undo. Okay, so at the bottom in the prompt it says it undid my explode. Okay, now when I click on the item, it's all one item again. Okay, I'm going to zoom, and I'm just going to use a window that I drew. Okay, I'm going to offset, OF, enter. If I look at my command prompt, it says unknown command. Okay, so I need to go into my PGP and change that. And so tools and customize and PGP. Okay, I'm going to come down here to OF. Okay, O, I'm in the O. Okay, it says here that O is the offset command, and I can relearn that. I could just leave it and just remember that, okay, I got to type in O, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to OF. I'm going to back up once, put my cap locks on, and change it to OF. Okay, what else have I got in here? OS, O snaps. Well, we'll just leave everything else. Close out of it, save the changes, re-init, enter my PGP file. Okay, Now when I type in offset, OF, I am in offset. It's asking me how far do I want to offset, what's the distance I want to offset, and I'm going to say 6 inches, 6. Okay, and spacebar or enter. Now it's asking me at the bottom of the command prompt, what object do I want to offset? I'm going to select this one. Okay, now it's asking me which direction do I want? What side do I want? Now if I click in here, of course, I'm going to offset inside. If I click out here, I'm going to offset outside. I want to offset inside. Okay, I now have another rectangle 6 inches away from my outside rectangle, which may or may not represent my exterior walls. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it too much at this point. Okay, so I escape out of the offset command. Okay, I don't need to offset anything more. Okay, now I'm going to explode, X for explode. Okay, and I'm going to select both of these. Okay, a little bit about selection. When I drew a box from right to left and I touched these two lines, they were selected. I'm going to escape. Okay, nothing's selected now. If I draw a box from left to right and I touch the two lines, nothing's selected. If I draw the same box and I encompass everything, then I get everything. Okay, so that's an important feature, selecting. Okay, so again, if I draw a window from right to left, I just touch anything that I want selected, escape out. From left to right, I need to encompass everything. Okay, I'm going to explode, X. Okay, and I'm going to draw from right to left, so I just touch. Okay, I'm going to press enter, and now all of these lines are separate lines. Okay, I'm going to offset, and I'm going to offset 10 feet. Okay, feet. Okay, enter. Okay, I'm going to select this line, and I'm going to offset it 10 feet. Okay, I'm still in the offset command. I press enter, enter. Okay, bounces me back into the last command I was in, which again is offset. But instead of 10 feet offset, I'm going to just type in 4 for 4 inches. Okay. And I'm going to select that item and I'm going to offset it in that direction. Okay. So if these outside lines represent the outside walls of my house, these inside lines represent the interior walls of my house. Okay. So I'm going to zoom closer, zoom, and I'm going to zoom in on this area right here, and I'm going to trim, TR. Okay. It's asking me at the bottom of my command prompt, what items do I want to trim? Well, I'm going to use the selecting touch box, okay, and I'm going to select all of them, and I'm going to press enter. And now it's asking me what do I want to get rid of, and I'm just going to press right in there and there. I've just connected my interior walls to my exterior walls. Okay. Okay. Let's offset again. Okay, so offset 10 feet again. Okay, I'm going to select this line and I'm going to offset it in this direction. I'm going to bounce out, bounce in by pressing enter or spacebar. 4 inches I'm going to set the offset to. Okay, and I'm going to, there's another set of interior walls. Okay, escape out of the offset command. Okay, I'm going to zoom into this area. Okay, I'm going to fillet F. Okay. Okay. When you're using AutoCAD for the first time, you have to watch the fillet command and what it came out of the box set as, what its default is. Okay. Down below in the command prompt, it's giving me a number of items that I can do with fillet, and I'm just going to press R for radius. Okay, well, my radius is 0, so that means that I'm got no radius when I fillet items, and that's exactly what I want. And so I'm going to escape out of it. I'm going to spacebar to get back into it, and I'm going to fillet this item. Okay, I've selected that line to this item. Okay, I'm going to press spacebar to get back into the last command. Press this item and that one. Okay, I'm out of it again. On my command prompt, I'm just sitting waiting for a command, so I'm going to use trim, TR. Okay, select objects to trim. Well, I'm going to use this and that as my cutting edge. Okay, spacebar. What do I want to remove? I want to remove that. Okay, so I'm going to use another command now called extend. Okay, so EX for extend. Okay, now the first thing it's asking me on the command prompt is select boundary edges, or where do I want to extend to? Well, I'm going to select this line. I'm going to press spacebar, enter. Okay, it's getting me into what do I want to extend to that, and I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to select this one. Okay, I'm going to zoom in closer. Okay, and I'm going to trim. Okay, now I can select my boundary edges for trim, and I'm just going to select everything. It's just a heck of a lot easier. I'm going to press enter or spacebar just to get into the next is what do I want to trim, and I want to trim that one, and that one. Okay, zoom down a bit, and that's basically how I'm drawing interior walls inside of exterior walls when I'm doing a floor plan. Okay, what are some of the other things that you need to know about? Okay, let's draw a circle. Okay, I use a circle when I'm doing a floor plan. So C. Okay, it's asking me for the center point of my circle. I'm just going to click there. I can draw the circle out. Okay, I can draw the circle and I can object snap onto the center of that, and that's how big the circle would be. Okay, you see that? Okay, or I can punch in, it's asking me for a radius being half of the diameter. Let's say that I want a pipe that's 10 inches in diameter, so my radius would be 5, so I would punch in 5, enter. Okay, so there is a circle with a 10-inch radius. I can offset that circle, OF. Okay, I can offset it 2 inches. Okay, and I can click on that circle, go towards the center, and I have another circle 2 inches less in diameter than my original. Okay, a little bit about layers, blocks, and some of the other things, dimensions that we need when we're doing a floor plan. Okay, a door. Let's get into here. And I want 4 inches of framing between any wall and my door, so I'm going to offset 4 inches. Okay. Okay, I'm going to extend. Okay, well, that's it. Next tutorial.